I still haven't fixed the AI on mine though. It still does a little wobble. So whenever he gets towards a ghost, he sort of like bumps into it and turns around and bumps it a couple of times until he gets it. He keeps reversing. I can't work out why. Tedious.
So, like normal, we've got a pull request from David. So, I think this is the last of the many refactorings of the test.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, now that we've finished them all.
Yeah, so this all started off with, I was trying to remove the code from the test that say start initially alive rather than with a state of initial. And when I changed that, it broke a load of tests because it now means ghosts are starting in the scatter mode rather than chase mode. So they weren't quite doing what we expected. And then when you've coded around that, you then end up having a different, well, and then when they go into frightened mode, because then you move every other tick, if by changing the tests were off by one tick now, the ghosts weren't moving as they were before. If that makes sense.
Right.
So then I thought I need a better way of controlling the ghosts, which is why I then went into the ghosts class and sort of refactored some of that so you can supply strategies for fright. Yeah, that's right, frightened and scatter.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not sure why we hadn't done that already. You know, after we'd got go right strategy.
Yeah.
And used it so much, I'm surprised. And the number of times we fought the random bit to try and make it go in the right direction. Why did we not do the strategy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the random picker just sets, well, the strategy now just tells it what to actually do instead of actually the random picker.
Yes, I left it as it was so we can still test the random strategy by supplying a known.
How come when you've hard-coded random there?
Oh, yes, I have in there, but we can test it. That's in the game loader.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. There. Yeah. Okay.
So the only thing I now couldn't test is because we don't pass the scatter target into the ghost anymore because the ghost doesn't need it. There was a test to make sure the scatter target had been loaded correctly. I wasn't quite sure the best solution to that. Because we used to assert that the ghost had.
Is that on the game? Is that on the game loader?
Yes, it was a game loader test, I think.
So in the game loader test, we tested the scatter target.
If you look at the game loader test class, it's the one with skip by it. No, you put your search for the word skip. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I can't see that coming. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I did wonder whether we, as I put in that comment, because we know it's the scatter strategies are public property on the ghost. So we could have, oh no, that doesn't, yeah. I was wondering whether the scatter strategy could then expose the scatter target, but I think I decided it didn't actually have it in the end, I think.
Well, you'd have to expose it, wouldn't you? So that interface of just the strategy wouldn't have it, but then you could cast it.
Yeah, but the problem is it's just a that's what I was going to do, but it's a direct to strategy, and so a lot of the times its targets passed in.
Oh.
So that didn't work.
Could we do it by simulating it by giving them a strategy? Oh no, we don't pass. Yeah, you can still pass it in, and then actually tick to establish that they go to that target.
Yeah, we could do that. Maybe that's.
I mean, if you put the ghosts like that, and then put their targets like that, technically they should all get there within 2 moves type thing.
But that means you have to load a board up and play the board.
You wouldn't need, you could go for a blank board because then you've got 4-way movement at every square.
Yeah, I suppose that would work. If you load, we have to load the board. You'd have to put the settings into the game.
Yeah.
And then the game would have to play until they reach the scatter target.
Reached it, which if you put it quite close, they'll all go there. We just need to start them in a direction so that they don't have to do any funny squiggling. I know it wouldn't matter what direction they were facing, they'd all be able to get there.
What you could do is you could start with all 4 on the same square with scatter targets in different directions.
Yeah.
And make sure they all go off in their own direction, maybe.
Yeah. And all I'm thinking of is the one, if you've got one that's currently facing up but wants to go down, it'll just go left or right, won't it? Although, so if it's here and it needs to go there, but it's already facing up, so it can't go down, the next typical location would be that way, which is fine. But if you had it on the other side, the next typical location would be that way. So would it move further away? I don't know.
But you could face them in the right direction. Oh, they can't because this puts them all at.
They could. Yeah, it puts the directions that it wants to go in the order of which one's best. So it will try to go up. So it would try to go down first, which you can't do because it was going up. So it would go right first, then down. The one that way would go up and then right. That one.
Start the ghost up at left though. All the ghosts starting going left.
If you point them left,
that's only in the game setting loader. In the test one,
you can do anything you like, can't you?
No, but because we need this game set. That's what we're trying to test, aren't we? The game setting loader loads the right values, and we plumb it into the game to then play the game. We're not actually mocking out.
So if we put the 4 ghosts on top of each other, and we put the 4 locations as diagonals around them, not straights, because some of them won't be able to turn in that direction. The one that wants to go right won't be able to turn around right, but the others will all go. If you put them at the corners, they'll either go 1 step left and 1 step up, or they'll go 1 step up and 1 step left. I think you can do that.
I don't know. It feels a bit like we're like having to do a lot to just expose these values. Can't we just?
I mean, we could put them back on the ghost is the other option. It just seemed a bit weird having
them there and never using them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
So scatter target. So the thing is, we could expose like on a direct to strategy, the direct to property, and then we can cast that, and then we have the values for them, don't we?
Yeah, that's probably a better.
Because I know it's all hidden away, but we could just say go cast the direct to the I strategy, whatever it is, into a direct to one, and then go get the property, the location of the direct to from this.
Yes. Yeah, it could. Yes.
Frighten strategy. Scatter target. Because scatter target's just where's scatter target passed in?
Line 52.
Oh, there. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's 2 things. Because you have to cast the strategy to be a direct to strategy, and then within that expose the direct to target thingy, because it's actually 2 levels deep.
Yeah.
And then call that and make sure it returns the expected.
Yeah. And I know it seems like we're casting loads of stuff, but it is just a factory which is creating some stuff which we're trying to assert on.
Yeah.
And even though they're just hidden away, it seems
I think
not too bad because it is like a factory.
Yeah, and actually we probably don't even have to change any of the actual code. I think we could probably just do it because I think direct to go strategy target scatter target. We just call the method on it, which is whatever it is.
Yeah.
Get target or whatever.
Should we do that before merging it in then? Shall we?
Yeah, okay.
Where's... Oh, you put
I added a load of helpers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that manual controller strategy, you can set them all to be the same. If you go to line 128, so slightly, there's another one. Yeah. We can just pass in a single strategy, and it sets them all to be that, and then you can use that to control the ghost. So you can say, face down, tick, sort of thing.
Yeah. So you can control them like PacMan.
Yeah. Which then means you can write a bot to control the ghost.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we check that out and just that like a bit of change? Hmm? No, it's in the chat. So that's game settings. Where are these tests for these ones? Oh, board loader tests.
Oh yeah, that's them, isn't it?
Even though they're called game settings. I like it. Right. This one. So I guess we have to just go fetch each ghost out. I wonder if
Found it yet? Oh, which one is it?
it's here, isn't it?
No, it's not that one.
Should have ghosts at correct locations.
No.
No, it's a scatter one, isn't it? It's home locations.
Home locations. Oh, let me just go find it in.
Line 146 of board loader tests.
It's where 100 and
46. That's where I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if like fluent assertions will actually, if we expose the strategy on here,
Yeah.
do you think it'll traverse it?
Well, it's already got
even-
exposed, isn't it? It's called scatter strategy, I think.
So let me just look at Ghost. So Ghost has a public scatter strategy. Yeah, it does. And
Oh, is it public? Yeah. Was it public?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, public. And then we have a direct to strategy, which doesn't have anything public on it.
We'd have to make that public.
Where we could change the direct to location. So I wonder if we set that and then have that as an object after it. Don't know if this will work, but direct to strategy. So if we make this just a public property, instead.
Yeah.
And this would just have Direct to strategy. Oh, it's just called direct to strategy, isn't it? No, that's direct to location.
What is I? Yeah, but you need
Direct to.
you need to call get location on that passing in game, don't you?
Do you? Go direct to go scatter targets. This has a scatter target on it anyway.
What does
This.
no?
This?
The ghost. You've got. Let me type up here. You've got
No, because I was going to
you've
pull
got
it and make this
ghost dot
public.
scatter. Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's the factory to give it the target. It's not the target.
Yeah, but this has got the target inside, the scatter target. That's what
Oh,
I
it
mean.
does.
So,
Oh, right.
so we set it and we just return it
Okay.
straight back. We don't
Oh,
care
that one
in this
does. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
That's why sounds a bit simpler.
Yeah. That's one less cast then. Yep. Okay.
So then we have a scatter strategy with a. No, that's wrong. But that's for then. How's that there? I'm hoping.
So that middle one shouldn't be scatter strategy, should it? It should be.
No, I don't. One second, I'm trying to figure out. So that's scatter strategy, which gets set to direct to strategy, which has a direct to location.
Yeah.
Direct to location, which has a scatter target.
Okay. Yep. Assuming the casts work. Yep.
I'm just going to comment out the rest of them down here.
Okay.
And then I'll run that, and hopefully that I'll actually understand that, maybe. If not, I'll have to cast everything. What's commenting on?
Control K. Oh, yeah, Control KC.
I'm always used to Control Alt slash.
All right. Control slash.
There's too many different ways to do everything. Yeah, so we should be able to run that, and that should pass. I might not pass because there's only one, but say one's right and the rest are wrong.
Okay.
We'd hope. Contains.
Yeah, it's failed because there's more ghosts.
Did you even try to check the other one though?
That would
Contains one more than.
Maybe we fix it out for the other three, and then
Why not just put one ghost in? Comment out 3 of the ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's the other idea. Yeah.
I could just put them all in.
And 3. So.
Control KU.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that I might as well just copy this in and paste the other ones on top of it. Did you do the middle one?
I did the middle one. I think we did one each, didn't we?
2, 3. So we got Blinky, Inky, Pinky. Awesome. It passed. Does that pass because it's incorrect? Or...
Yeah, no. Should we change one of the alternatives?
Scatter target 10. Yeah, it might, I don't know if it's passing because it can't see them properties, and it's just like, yeah, okay. No, it's actually fine then.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Didn't even need to cast anything then. It just
No.
magically works. How about that?
Yeah, that's easy in simulating board for.
Yeah.
It does mean we have to expose random property zone, but they're all in get, so it doesn't really make much difference, does it? That's the only problem with that.
Yeah, I suppose we don't have to cast because it is all anomalous types, isn't it? So it's just, we're just saying there is a property called that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if you'd find its base type or just take the interface of whatever that is, you know, because Ghost has an interface. The scatter strategy is the strategy. We must take the actual real type somehow.
Yeah, that makes sense, so wouldn't it?
The test is really correct scatter target location rather than correct name. No.
Sorry?
The actual name of the test is the correct scatter target location. So it was home.
Oh, right, so it's correct now, yeah.
Yeah, I think in the thingy I renamed it as well.
Let's give it a better name.
What is it? Yeah, and here it actually said home as well. So I renamed that. Cool. So that means we can just merge that in. Right here. Let's go. Yeah, that's probably going to pass. Cool. So do we want to just start the timing stuff now?
That's a new bug. Yeah, cannot eat a ghost and a coin at the same time.
Are you saying you shouldn't be able to?
Well, you can't. I don't know if you should. So if there's a square of a ghost and a coin on, it eats the ghost but doesn't eat the coin.
If a square contains both an edible ghost and a coin, then when power moves on a square, yeah, that is a bug. You can't leave the coin underneath.
No, I think that's happening at the moment.
Do you want to write a test for that? Just prove that then first.
Yeah.
Does that go in coins or ghost tests? I don't know.
Ghost, I think, because you've got to simulate edible ghost and everything, don't you?
Yeah.
I couldn't see why it wouldn't be working though, but I just sort of had a feeling it isn't.
Well, I can prove by a test, I suppose.
Yeah.
Simple test, isn't it?
There's no such thing as a simple test.
Well, it's one power pearl, something far away, which is a coin or something, another coin next to it, and a standing still ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standing still ghost with a standing still frightened strategy.
Yes.
Well.
Literally everything standing still.
Yeah.
Apart from PacMan.
Yep.
We just want one when it eats a ghost, then, don't we?
What have we got? During eating ghosts. That's the thing, isn't it? Where's we got?
Yeah, it's one at line 1142.
What does it end up doing, do you think? Eating the ghost or eating?
Yeah, but not eating the ghost, but not the coin.
Scatter ghost chase frightened. When coin collision.
I couldn't see looking at the code why that would be the case, though.
No. Ah. Oh no. It could be that when he eats the ghost, it then moves into eating ghost mode. When it's in eating ghost mode, nothing happens though, does it?
No, it pauses. So
Pauses. So it just pauses and then goes back to then ghost home, ghost collision. No, it doesn't make sense that.
No. Well, we'll be able to prove it quickly enough, won't we?
I know, won't we?
So it goes to eating ghost.
So we need a ghost, which is always standing still. So is it defaultly always standing still?
No, I think it defaulted to whatever it used to do, really. So,
I think it stood still.
I think one strategy did, one went right and frightened did his own. Yeah, it does a random thing.
Yeah.
No, it is a bug. I can see the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we transitioned to eating ghost.
Yeah, hold on. This is in the
Game state.
Game state, isn't it?
Machine. Yeah, game state machine. Yeah. So we transitioned to eating ghost.
Yeah.
The code. So we're now in eating ghost state. The code continues and raises the event for coin collision, but that's not handled when we're now in the eating ghost state.
Doesn't the coin collision happen earlier?
No, it's the ghost check first, because otherwise we've got another test which says if we're on a square, if we move on to a square and the ghost eats us, we shouldn't eat the coin. So it definitely does the ghost first.
That's really weird, because on 70, you got the because the coin collision is an event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm looking at that and assuming that it's checking for coin collision on line 70.
Yeah, no.
No, it's looking, it's if the event's been raised, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the coin collision gets raised during PacMan move, doesn't it? So I'm guessing what happens, it goes 67, 68 fires, which then fires 83 before it fires 69.
Correct, yes. And then 69 doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Why if we don't get an error logged actually saying we've got an unhandled event? No, we line 138.
Yeah, eating ghost, ignore.
Ignore coin collision.
Yeah, whereas what we want to do is not ignore it. We want to pick it up on the next real tick.
Well, we can do it. We can just
Can we let it trigger when it comes back from eating? Is it like stacked? Do we?
No, but can't we just say when we're in eating ghost, we handle coin collision?
Yeah, because it works. It'll happen straight away then, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. How do we do this thing? Game settings, start create board. How's it? So if I do PacMan, do we do next to each other? How do we do this?
Yeah, it's one space between them.
So if I do a dot, what's the thing? Star.
Star's a power pill. Yep.
Will that work?
Yeah. Yep.
But then I want a pill miles away as well, so I don't eat it.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose I can just put on the next line, kind of. So I've put one. No. Like that.
Yes.
So you can see my spaces.
May need a ghost house as well. We'll see.
If it's the ghosts are going to be placed there, so I need to add a ghost to PacMan.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I don't need to do that
Oh,
anymore.
okay. So he's on the coin. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And then play the game, turn right, eat power pill.
Yeah.
Eat pill. Is that what we call it?
Yeah. Then eat ghost.
Is that any sort of pill? Oh no, it's coin the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think of the pills as being the little ones.
There should be. Oh, okay.
Eat ghost.
Eat ghost. Yeah.
And
Then you
then
give it the ghost, don't you? Why is it not complaining?
I don't know. It's got this. This is underlined red at the top, saying there's no definition for with strap, and it's not. Don't know what it's going on about. It's been really helpful. Well, it's giving me kind of IntelliSense, but the errors are just rubbish.
Then
What's
we'd
this?
expect. Well, I'd expect at this point there's still 2 coins on the board. I mean, there's only 1 coin on the board now.
It's like 1 coin. What do you mean? When you eat the goat?
After
Yes.
you go, there should be only 1 coin.
Yeah, that's your assertion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Straight away afterwards.
Yeah.
That'll do us. Game pills.
Yeah.
Coins remaining, is it?
I think it's just coins.
Yeah, coins.
Coins dot
Yeah.
Account, probably account.
should have 1. Yeah. So we expect it to eat it at the same time as it eats the
Yeah.
ghost on the same tick.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's run it.
That wasn't what. Oh, we need to put a ghost house on the ASCII board. Just need to put an H somewhere.
Come on.
I always miss things like that.
Underlining that instead.
Yeah. It's still on the lines top bit in red, which is correct. Oh yeah, so we got an error.
Yeah, so it hasn't eaten the coin.
So where did you say it was?
So if you look in the state machine, so the problem is we move the ghost and move PacMan, which then checks for a collision with a ghost. So that happens. So we get a ghost collision, which is there. Yep, ghost collision.
When ghost collision, if they're edible, then
so that all works fine. But then that transitions us to eating ghost. And then the code continues and raises a coin collision, but we don't handle that because we're no longer in.
During eating ghost, when tick. Yeah, so this has to wait for another tick. So are we just going to put it in?
Well, we could at the bottom there. Let me switch. We've got we're saying during eating ghost, ignore coin collision. On line 136.
Yeah.
So instead of ignoring coin collision, we should actually handle coin collision.
Is that going to raise straight away afterwards, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you're, it's going to have the same problem with power pills then.
Yeah.
So if we just remove that, that's just
Well,
going to
I
throw
thought
an exception.
yeah, we're getting exception now, weren't we? But maybe we just add it to the list of events higher up. Yes.
Yeah, so that throws an exception for when it's eating the ghost.
So maybe we add it to line 64.
64, do you mean?
Yeah. So during scatter, ghost, chase, frightened, or eating coin.
To add it to here? Well, do we don't want to do the rest of the stuff there, do we?
Do we?
The rest of the stuff won't happen though, will it? Because the event hasn't triggered.
But you could try to change direction. We don't want to be able to move when the
tick will happen as well, so the ghosts will move and stuff, won't it? On the next.
Oh, okay.
Oh, will they? Because they're ignored anyway now.
It's either that or we just copy that coin collision into a separate thing.
Yeah, I wonder if we can pull these out into like something else. Can we pull it into a variable? Will that actually work? Handle when, how, like, oh, we don't want to do, oh no, when coin collision.
Yeah.
Change in level. Oh yeah, we probably still want to change level then, don't we?
Yeah, we do, because it could be the end of the game.
Oh yeah, that's a nice bug, isn't it? So if you lost a coin or power pill and you got a ghost on the same location, you were stuck on the level forever. That's nice. So I wonder if we can pull this up into handle coin collision. Can we do that?
That'd be nice if that works.
And kind of, I don't know, just check it here. What? Environmental variable target? Thanks. No. We do that, and then just chuck that in there. Will that achievement build? Oh, they complain.
Yeah, okay. So then we just need to.
That means we can just throw it in. Where was it?
Another
Eating ghosts. No, during eating ghosts. That's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Why have you got a join eating ghost when ghost collision?
In case another ghost is also.
Yeah, that's the handle. Yeah, multiple ghosts on one square.
Okay. So yeah, well, that passed the test.
Very good. That could be quite useful, that technique.
Yeah, I'm guessing we got the same issue with power pill then.
And fruit probably as well.
Yeah. So we put, can we make this into, oh no, you can't because we have to directly eat pill. Eat, where do we eat coin? That's the eat pill. Eat pill, eat ghost. Oh, should, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just copy the test and put a second power pill where the coin is.
Oh.
My scroll on my mouse is being stupid. Yeah, got it.
Oh yeah, wrong symbol.
So power pill should be not equal to 3.
Not equal to 1.
Oh, 2 now because there's. No, it should be not equal to 2 because
Should be 1 because we eat one of them.
you're just eating 1.
Yeah, so we should be on 1.
This should be 1.
We 1 there.
Yeah, but that's not equal to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's not equal to 1, there's a problem.
Not equal to 1, then it's a problem. Yeah, and then at the end it should be 0.
Yes, that's it.
Why there should be 1 coin? Is that should be pills?
That should be pills. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's why we're getting confused.
Phew.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Eat pill. Check the pill account. It's because there's 2 pills. There's 2 pills. Oh yeah, there was only 1 pill. There's a pill. But that just to transform him to eat again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There should be 1 pill, but not 2.
Yeah, because he can't. Hey,
That's not right.
he's getting 1.
How? That can't be right?
Should be 1 pill.
Is it? His game setting adding a pill somewhere like far away or something. Yeah. Line 21.
Oh, is that, we got like a setup actually.
Yeah, we'll just add 1 to our counts.
Well, that's okay because we can move. Oh, no, can't remember.
No, we'll just add 1 to the count. We just say 2. 1.
Yeah, those
Yeah, I don't like that setup code.
they're just skewing it. Half the tests are skewed.
Yeah.
It defeats the object of having the test.
Yeah, so that's fair then, probably now, at least. So yeah, I guess the same thing, same fix.
Yeah.
Anybody fancy copy and pasting the code? Where it's gone?
Where is it?
Yeah. Send there. Oh, this is going to be a bit weird because they're going to transition straight into frightened if you've eaten the power pill. That
doesn't matter, though, does it? Does that matter?
I think so.
Well, yeah, because they're going to pause, show the score, and if they eat a power pill at the same time, they're not going to have that pause still. They're just going to go straight into frightened again.
Well, the one that's showing the score won't, will it? Because it's only the ones that are in the alive status that go into frightened. So it might work.
Yeah.
Let's carry on anyway, because this is still the right answer, isn't it? So
yeah, I agree. Where are you putting this up?
Shows it in there. No, you've been down there.
Oh.
And
there.
yeah, you can paste it.
Yeah, I've pasted it. Check that thing.
Then we're just chucking that back in on Eating Ghost.
no, I did it online. Yeah, on line 129. I've added that in.
And then are we taking it out on 144?
144.
That's not that, is it?
Yes, yeah. We'll need to check that there as well because now handling it.
Yes, good point.
Yeah. Expected ghost 117 status to be a score of the score, but was edible.
Maybe this is the form you just mentioned then.
Yeah.
So now when eating a ghost,
Which test
when
was that
he's-
that just failed, actually?
can eat ghost and power pull at the same location.
Is that the one we just added?
Yeah, I think so.
32-ish.
Yeah, that is.
So
yeah, because we're eating a ghost and we're assuming he should be in score, but is back into being edible, which he shouldn't be, I guess, because it should be in.
yeah, you can't go
score.
score to edible. That's what we need to fix. So when we actually
Oh, should he? Or should he just get not? No, because he needs to run back, doesn't he?
when you go from score to ice, really.
Yeah.
So during eating ghost, no, it's when you eat the ghost, isn't it? During the collision, ghost collision, ghost eaten. Reply to ghost, ghost set to score. No, it must be during the it's during the
I think it's because we put that extra condition to the end of here of handling when eating ghosts, handle power pull collision. And I think that one is handling it straight away before setting this up. So that's it's happening at the same time.
during power pill eaten, probably. Power pill eaten, increase score, apply to ghost, set to score. No, that's ghost eaten, sorry. No, wrong one. Power pill eaten. Make ghost edible.
Yeah, there's no criteria on that, is there?
Set to edible.
Yeah.
Set them set to edible. Yeah, but that must be happening when score happens as well. Power pill eaten.
Yeah, but we're setting score first, aren't we? In the first bit of the state machine.
Yeah, but
So when we're running around when it's frightened, we're saying, where's it gone?
Isn't the fix just to put a filter on? We only set the one to edible if the status is alive.
how come it's not causing us any problem at the moment where we're eating a second power pill whilst one of them's already in run home mode?
Because we pause, don't we, first? So we used to pause in score, and then we used to continue. And the pause bit, you couldn't do anything in the game, but now we're saying you can also eat a pill.
Okay.
Beyond that, what I'm saying is, whilst the ghost is running home, if make ghost edible's got no filter on it, if we eat another power pill whilst the ghost is running home,
yeah,
the ghost that's running home should turn back to frightened. Because there's no filter on make ghosts edible.
That is very true.
So we've got another bug which we're potentially going to fix here. Put a filter on it.
So you're saying if we ate a ghost and it was running home and then go eat another ghost?
No, go eat
really? I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure I've not seen that.
You got to do it.
Let me run it.
So you got to eat a power pill and get close to another power pill before you eat a ghost, which is going to be quite hard to do.
Oh my god! I'm in like. So I gotta eat a ghost, and he runs back. Oh, come on! And it didn't work in time.
You need one further down. Get that one down there. Yes, that one. Get it, get it.
That one didn't flash either. What was that about?
No, it didn't. Because something to do with the flash has been, must have been reset.
So,
All right, you got to get that one. Quick, go on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. All right, now go and eat that power pill. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're flashing now, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they both all flash then. Yeah. Oh, that's a bit weird. I wonder why that line didn't flash before. Is it because I ate it and it put it in a state where? It's weird. Don't know.
No.
But yeah.
So do we want to fix this one and then fix that one, or do because
Yeah.
depending on how we
Exactly.
fix it, it would fix the other one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I guess in the
In
power pill eaten, this changes it to say if they're only alive.
Yeah. So in that mode,
Yes,
make gates edible. Yeah.
that's going to fix the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. This one I copy.
You already got the code.
Yeah, what's going to go there? Yeah. Oop, I can't type there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that fixed that. That's fine. Yeah.
So we still got the problem with the fruit as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just add them in. What's this? Can eat ghost and pill or ghost and coin at the same time. Okay. Yeah, we've got the same thing for the fruit as well. So that should be pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we should show it in the fruit test, maybe. Are you doing that? Or shall I just?
Oh, sorry, I was updating the issue.
Okay. I'll.
Where you going as a test?
I'll put in the fruit test. Eating fruit and ghost at the same time.
Do you want the stuff from the ghost test in as well? Let's bring that in. Well, just we've got the bits that we wanted.
How do we do the fruit thing?
We set the number of points required to 1.
Oh, fruit appears after coins eaten.
Yeah.
You.
Can you put an F on the board?
I don't think you can.
No, because it's in a completely different place, isn't it?
No, I don't think you'll be able to do the fruit thing, will you?
You need to go that as that needs to be right, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, because you need to keep the coin and then we ghost.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's all right like that.
I think you can put an F on the board and just ignore it if you want.
Let's do that then.
Right, eat the pill.
Don't need an extension anyway, do you really?
We don't need this now, do we?
Oh, we need a bit more.
We need to assert the score. Don't
We
we?
need that.
Yeah.
We need another. Let's go right.
Why do we need a coin?
Because you need the coin to trigger the fruit.
Doesn't the pill trigger the fruit?
No.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh, coins to eat. Yeah. Coin. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was score based as well.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah. So in that case, we want to eat. So the ghost is sitting on the coin, so we want to do an eat coin as well.
All right. Okay, fruit location.
Yeah.
Fruit appears after the coin's eaten 1. Ghost at that location, standing still, ghost and promote debt.
We have to work out that game.
Well,
score.
we could take the score here. Yeah. So yeah, where you're typing. And the first ghost is 200 points, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So it should be 200 plus score.
So it should be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. More than that. Yeah. Okay.
200. And score for fruit, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I just put greater than because we should be able to. It should be higher than that, shouldn't it? So if we got the score and the score for the ghost, we should be greater than the score and the score for the ghost.
Yeah. Is the score for the ghost definitely 200?
I don't know. I think so.
How do we calculate it?
It's
Number of edible.
yes. Eating first ghost is 200. Yeah.
Well, it just nicely just blows up. So I'm guessing we never implemented this. We never ignored it. So
Yeah, I would say that test has failed.
I guess we just pull up the handle fruit thing as well. This one.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Handle fruit collision.
Yeah.
I remember how we did it now. It's the number of inedible ghosts on the board.
Yeah. Right.
We put it there already. Yeah.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Have we naturally fixed that other bug?
Yes, I think so. Because you can't go from score or eyes to frightened now.
No, because it's only alive.
Yeah. Cool. Is that everything for that ticket?
Yep, I'm going to
Yes.
close that one.
Where's my commit messages? Where's that pushed it? Oh, I'm pushing. Stupid me. There we go. There. So close off this issue. Cool.
Okay, we can now actually do the thing we wanted to do.
Yeah, so the game should get harder. So I guess if we write a test which says at a certain level we should be like.
So which bit are we going to attack first? I guess obviously quite a lot there. Are we going for the fight and time first, or the speed of the?
I think you've got to attack.
Because fight and time's an easy one, because that's just a question of moving it, because it's a constant at the moment on game settings. So you change it to something that can be calculated.
Yeah, that's true. And to do that, you probably just make it so it has some calculator on it and just mock the calculator out. So you pass in level and it just gives you back.
Speed might be a more interesting one to look at for now.
So like PacMan speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one way you've just got to go for it and do it all in one go. Because otherwise, if you implement it on PacMan by increasing the tick rate, the ghost will race round.
Yeah.
Nice and slow.
That's fine. We just do it. But we can still just do it bit by bit and just not merge to master until we've done them both.
Oh, we already did the ghost, didn't we? Kind of did the ghost.
Well, we've done the ghost goes half speed when frightened. That's all we've done.
Yeah, there is a. That's not even. It's the frightened speed is controlled as well, which is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Would it be better to do the ghost one first? Because then it stays playable and we can still push it to master. Then PacMan going really slow, and it's impossible to complete anything.
Well, okay. So, we're going to have to up the tick rate anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which means PacMan's actually going to go really fast, but.
Yeah. Okay.
So does ghost frightened speed.
Yeah.
So we've already got a test that says the ghosts go at a different speed when they're frightened. So maybe we should start with that test actually.
The edible ghost moves half the speed while frightened.
Yeah, because that's not strictly true.
There you go.
That depends on which level they're on.
It's the bottom. So the ghost frightened right at the bottom of the comments. That's the frightened speed.
So if you're on level 0, you go half the speed. If you're on less than level 4, it goes at
55% speed. And above that, it's 60% of normal speed.
Oh, right, so that's percentage, right? Okay. So what are we? So how many ticks are we saying is 100%? Well, I know it's back to fun, isn't it?
A bit weird actually, because 80% is 60 frames a second, so it's one tick. If you're running at 80%, if 80% is running every tick.
Oh, right, okay.
So you've got the choice. So what happens on the arcade one? Once you go over 80%, it starts to do 2 moves on 1 tick.
Right, so every tick, or
either run at no. So if you're doing it at 90%, you'll run 1 move every tick, and then every 8 ticks or something, you'll do an extra move.
Okay.
So we either run at 60 ticks, per second and implement it the same, or we just up that and say 100%. If we run at 75 ticks per second, then 100% is running every tick. And the 80 that PacMan's normally going just means we skip every, you know, 1 in 6 ticks or something.
Because I mean, we could have a class where you give it the desired speed, and you keep ticking and ask it whether it's moved yet. I guess, or how many times. And it sometimes spits out 0, sometimes spits out 1, and sometimes spits out 2.
Yeah.
What? So it moves twice?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You either got to spit out a 2 to say it's got to move twice during that tick, or you increase the tick rate high enough.
Yeah.
Only ever tick once, or
doing
not.
the tick rate higher, it's going to be a lot easier, because our code doesn't really handle moving twice in 1 tick at the moment, does it?
No. So just increase the tick rate.
Yeah, I think. Otherwise, we're going to have to do loads of changes to the actions class and all over the place.
Yeah.
They tick at the moment.
So 200. 200 milliseconds.
150.
150.
So what we're saying, we would have 75 ticks a second. So it'd be whatever 1,000 divided by 75 is.
60 divided by 0.8, isn't it? Yeah, 75 ticks a second.
That's not what that parameter means, though, is it?
I know that's
milliseconds.
so you'd have 75 ticks a second. So you'd have
1 second divided by 75.
Yeah, 1,000 divided by 75, isn't it?
Yeah.
13.33333.
13, which is about the absolute limit of that timer. I don't know whether it can keep 13 accurately.
It might jump on it. Well, it might jump on itself anyway, because when one's ticking, it's not completed. You could just end up with another one jumping in front of it.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Super speed. I like it.
What's weird there is that time is still constant. So if you notice, they're running around their little areas more times than they need to, because they're still running for 7 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay, though, isn't it? That is correct. Yeah.
That is kind of cool, actually.
What's nice is it's not blowing up.
Yeah, I thought it might blow up because it might jump, like tripped on itself. So the timer ticks and it doesn't process the last request before it ticks again. I thought something might blow up, but it seems to work pretty well.
I'll tell you what, writing a PacMan bot now becomes a lot more challenging. You now have 13 milliseconds to complete your logic in.
The CPU graph is literally, it's all in drawing. Nothing in the game logic. Nothing's happening in CPU time.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost.
So how long does it take to calculate Dijkstra's algorithm over the whole board and things like that? Though?
It's still done. It's nothing. It's quite
a couple of milliseconds. I don't know.
So we could base it on time still, though, like the actual moves. So if you wanted to move every like so many milliseconds, we could put time in there. So even if this does get stale, we could use actual time.
Quite a lot of games do that, don't they? They record the time of the last tick and the time of this tick, and
because then you could say like, oh, we've got a last tick was this tick is this, so we've got a difference of 200 milliseconds. Should I move once or twice?
Yeah, but then that gets tricky, though, isn't it? That would be fine if we plumbed that in from the beginning. But what happens if we do need to move twice? How are we going to actually code that?
If we got on the timer, if we're still we're not going to move twice. That's the nice thing.
I don't know. I think why would it be? Would it be such a
There's
I
only one
think-
place. There's only one thing that will move twice.
But I think Kevin's saying if the game pauses, say, say your computer's busy,
yeah.
and so you miss a tick, then the next tick, do you try and then move twice? Yeah, no, it's the bit below that though, Kevin. It's like so what moving twice actually means is if you scroll down, it's then going to call. Well, yeah, we'd have to do all of this in a loop, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do them two. And so for a move, you could end up doing 2 moves.
Yeah, and then what happens if one of those raises an event, and some events you want to do the second loop, and some you might not, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So say the first move kills you, then you need to make sure you don't go around the loop the second time and things like that. But
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one place. If we run it at 75, there's only one place where technically we're going to catch up with ourselves, which is Cruise Elroy, when you're over level 4 and you've got less than the minimum number of pills left, where it's trying to go at 105.
105%. I think we might just have to call that 100.
I think we'll call it 100.
So that would be 100.
No, it'd be doing something every tick.
Oh, right. Okay.
In fact, it'd be wanting to do something more than every tick. So
Well, it won't be every tick, because 100 in the arcade game, 100 would means moves 1 pixel every tick. So 100 is
okay.
plus is moving once every 8 ticks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're going to flick between sort of moving once every 7 ticks, once every 9 ticks, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Right. So we go back to ghost test then.
So this one.
Yes. So that's true on level 1, isn't it? But it's not true on subsequent levels.
Well, yes.
That's
Well,
yeah,
no, it's going to be different now, though, isn't it? So this is going to be actual. So instead of, it's going to be half speed, but this is not half speed anymore.
No, there's going to be something else.
Well, this is half ticks, isn't it? So are we going to store a constant for the clock tick thing? And then use that to determine, like, as a...
Oh, yeah, sorry. What does... Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, so...
Or are we going to count ticks?
Because... Well, I was going to... If we store this, the actual interval time, what it ticks at, we can use that to times it by whatever you want to move at rate. So for this example, we times it by 50 or whatever.
But how many ticks? We have 75 ticks a second, don't we?
Yeah.
So every second, when it's 50, we'd want to move 37 or whatever, 38.
Well, you've got, if you're doing it 75.
So this would be. So
usually on the arcade game, 80% speed is move 1 pixel every tick. So 8 pixels, which is what we're moving because we're moving in cells.
Yeah.
We want to move at 80%. We want to move 1 pixel, 1 move every 8 ticks. If we bump it up to 75, then it would be 1 move every 10 ticks, would be 80%.
Okay.
So when we talk about, it's whether we've got enough scope Because if we go down to, if we want to do 85, instead of doing every 8, would we do every 7? Well, that would be a lot more than 85. So we'd probably, rather than skipping a number of ticks, we probably need to keep a continuous tick counter and divide it by the number of, do it on a longer calculation, as in.
Okay, so we do have that at the moment, though, don't we? So we already have that in Ghost.
Yeah.
So we have the tick counter, which is just a global. Every time the clock ticks, we increment it. So that here just needs changing to say whatever it is.
We need to multiply it by whatever and divide it. We need to tick counter. So if we want to run at 40%, which would be every 16 ticks, won't it? Yeah, 80%. Trying to think off the top of my head.
But that's what I mean. I think this needs to be a constant still, what we can reference somewhere. Which then inside of here, you can then do that divided by that gives you how many actual ticks. Well,
pixels. There's one cell every 8 ticks is 80%. One cell every 16 ticks would be 40%, which is not the half speed, is it? That? Which way around do we need to do it? So 60 frames per second, it's one cell every 8 ticks is 80%. 16 ticks is 40%. And if you were running at 20%, you would do 1 in 32. So that's 80. Speed.
well, it has to be kind of configurable so we can actually set it in the other tests. So we want the other testers to continue working as they were previously, because they don't really care about the speed difference, do they? That's why I think
Can't think of the calculation of. Yeah, so you've got one. If you stick to the, if we stuck to the 60 frames per second, if you want 80%, you move once every 8 ticks. If you want 40%, you once every 16 ticks. If you want 20%, you're once every 32 ticks. What's the calculation?
we need to calculate that based on this, so we won't be able to change the interval value, right? And say the tick count divided by times by the
tick interval. That's how long. That's where we are. That's where we are in the game, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then
what's 80? What's 8?
The other way of doing it would be to change the game harness. So when we do move and so on, we can figure how many ticks that actually does.
Well, I think we should be able to set them all so they always move anyway, right? If we set so everything's configurable, so we could say this ticks this the ghost only moves every 4 ticks or something. We don't care, and then we can just set it an actual test, like default test setup, that everything moves at speed. So you know, like these ranges.
What convert those figures to be the opposite way around. Yeah.
Some kind of evaluation thing. So then you can just go to when this is created. You can just say, "Oh, here's my level. What do I want to? How many ticks do I want to be able to move?" And then it's always going to be 1 or 2 if they're frightened in this case. But in the real game, we could put
how many ticks does it take me to move? Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that means we don't need the interval thing on here,
No,
because we don't really care. Because we're not calculating time.
No.
Even though I feel like we should calculate time.
Yeah. So the thing is, we want to know is, it's how many ticks does it take us to move? That's the key thing we're trying to work out, isn't it?
Yes. So I think we can do something like this with this. Like for this example, we could just actually we should move. And then we just piece together this and say,
well, it's just that number 2 we'd want to change then, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we're basing on how many ticks it takes us to move one movement, then it's just based on that.
It's
a bit weird because sometimes you'd have to wait 1 tick and other times you'd have to wait n ticks depending on where you are, because it's like a global counter.
Yeah, you'd want it to be. You probably need to multiply that by some sort of interval first, because we're talking about moving around 8 ticks, 7 ticks, 9 ticks, which if you want the 5% increases, you haven't got enough scope. So you probably want to, it probably would make more sense to do the tick counter multiplied by the interval and then mod it with, I was going to say mod it with time, but you won't get the precision. You'll then be trying to check to see whether it's crossed over, which becomes hard as well.
Or we go back to the other way where we maintain state on a ghost and PacMan how. Well, no, that's a bit messy as well. I was going to say how many ticks they've had since they've last moved or something. But...
How many ticks they've had before they've last moved?
Since they've last moved.
No, I'm not too sure which is either. We could store time instead of ticks as well. On here, because we always store the last.
Does that help though? Because you know, time and kind of tick counts the same thing, really, isn't it? Oh, I suppose it isn't. Yeah, I suppose they could get out of step.
It's
more precision, isn't it? So
precision. It's the
Yeah.
precision that's the problem. If we count ticks, because we're moving a cell.
Yeah.
As you go from 80% to 85 to 90, 80% will be 8 ticks, 85% will be 7.6 ticks, 90% is 7.2 ticks. So you're not going to get that. You'll not get that speed change if we just count the ticks, unless we count them at a higher precision, if you know what I mean. Which means we then need to know when we last moved.
Well, you still had last moved in the current time, wouldn't you? And then you'd find the diff between them both. And then you'd say, how many times am I supposed to move? Or am I supposed to move?
Yeah.
No, because you would have to keep track of the last time you've moved, not the last time it was ticked.
Yeah.
And if you're in a ghost, you wouldn't know. Oh, I suppose a ghost could store the last time it moved.
Because then you can add the 7.5 to it, because the 7.5 will be X number of 160 milliseconds or something like that. At which point, one time it will move after 7 ticks, and then the next time it will move after 6, and then 7, 7, 7, then it'll do a 6, just because of the decimals.
Yeah. So, yeah. So what we're saying is we'd keep track of. We'd have a property which was when time the ghost last moved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'd compare that with current time.
Yeah. Plus the number of milliseconds you need to have passed.
Okay. Plus
Speed, milliseconds, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Speed. Yeah.
And then you would store the current time plus. You'd store the ghost last move plus speed, milliseconds, as the next time it's going to move, rather than the current time plus speed.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd just have that same problem. And that way, they'll stagger, and then every now and then it'll miss one, and it'll catch up.
Yeah.
So you could.
That's okay. That works quite well, because then we only have to mutate the ghost when it moves. If we don't move, we don't have to mutate.
And then the tick speed doesn't actually matter at all.
No.
But we would have to expose the last tick on here, wouldn't we? So, this has got, we use tick count on here. We also have the, somewhere. Do you have one here?
What's that? The
last
last tick. Yeah, it was the last tick.
Or now or something. Record last tick. Oh yeah, last tick is date time.
Okay. That's slightly confusing.
So you just have to expose that, and then the ghost could actually access that instead of the tick counter.
Yeah.
Yes. Because then we can control time in the tests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be the test, because the test where we just do a tick, time's not going to move. So the ghosts are potentially not going to want to move. Because time
that is
if
true.
you put a speed of 0, if you do a speed of 0 milliseconds, then they'll move every tick.
I mean, the game harness, because we always call game harness.move, and in there we could always increase it by 1 millisecond if we needed a time.
Yeah,
we don't
so
want to
this
increase
is
by a
something-
second because we start getting into transitions and things, but we could 10 milliseconds or whatever would be fine.
It might be complicated. It's when we go. Actually, no, it shouldn't actually matter. If we just did it, if we set them up as 0 milliseconds, then they will always get behind. So where we jump like 7 seconds to wait for a pause, all the objects on the board will be 7 seconds behind the game, as it were. So they'll always be wanting to move.
Right. So with level 1 then, as it is now, when it's frightened,
yeah.
What's the speed? What would that be? So we would move every.
Well, I reckon it's 100. It's about 100 milliseconds divided by the percentage that you want. So 100 divided by 0.8 would give you the 80%. 100 divided by 0.4 will give you the 40% or whatever it is. I can't remember what the ghost is. What did I put the ghost down as? 50. So 100 divided by 0.5, so 200 milliseconds is approximately the time you need till the next move.
When they're frightened.
Yeah, that's 50.
Okay, so yeah.
100. So 100 is the baseline. So do 100 divided by.
Okay, so that's full speed.
Yeah.
So moving every 100 milliseconds is full speed.
Full speed, yeah.
And then moving every, so that's half speed.
Yeah, so we're dividing by the percentage.
Yes. So when we move then, so whenever we call with new location or with in fact, in the constructor of ghosts, then we could actually, oh no, we don't have the time at that point. Every one of these with functions is going to have to set the time in, isn't it? Because every time we mutate the ghost, we probably want to reset the counter.
Only when you move it. So they always move anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's only when you do a move you need to.
Yeah, okay. So that's not everyone then. That's anything with location. So 1, 2.
Yeah, so it should always keep its time counter.
Okay. Yeah, so it's every oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually that's easier, isn't it then? Yeah, okay. So we just add another property to
Ghost.
No, we are going to have to pass it down all over the place, aren't we?
It's going to be.
If we're holding it in Ghost.
If you do the current move plus the time to take till the next move, it's going to fall apart when we do pauses and stuff like that. Like if you said, if you've got your last move and then your clock goes forwards and then you catch up with it and then your clock goes forwards 4 seconds or whatever, this will take ages to catch up. So it will just start moving every tick until it's caught it, which means after a pause, everything will do a little rush.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Are we allowed to have like a time controller outside of the Ghost? where all the ghosts ask something else if it's time to move.
Yeah, because then you can only increase. I was going to say you can only increase the counter during.
Well, if you plumb that in, then you could keep that synced, I suppose. But then I'd still need to know when the last ghost moved. And the thing is, it would need to know the whole ghost there, wouldn't it? So it'd need to know if the ghost was in edible or alive.
Yeah. The ghost could have a property which is its current speed.
Yeah, if you did it with, if you put an internal, if you put an internal counter on each ghost, it means you need to generate the ghost again every tick, whatever, with its new counter, won't it?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if we have that outside of the ghost. So the ghost knows what its current speed is, and it can ask something. I don't know. I guess we're just moving the state of the ghost somewhere else, but I was going to have somewhere central which controlled when move was called.
Oh, right. So there it says like, should ghost move? And you pass in the ghost name, maybe.
Yeah.
The speed it's supposed to be going, and it probably keep track of its own time, I suppose. And then it returns back saying true or false.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that thing would probably keep track of the ghost's time, because just the problem is we're going to have to keep.
We're going to have to do this counter for both frightened time and for normal chase time as well.
Because it resumes the chase time.
Because we'll have to. So in a way, having it outside, because you've got multiple times involved.
Yeah.
And they're related to the state of the game as well. So whilst it's in frightened mode, then that's edible, isn't it?
Well, we've got a different timer anyway, haven't we? We've got a timer on game state anyway, which is how long it is in each mode.
Yeah.
This is a different timer, isn't it? This is just purely speed.
But this has to keep being updated.
Yeah. But it only has to update when it's moved, doesn't it? If it doesn't move, it doesn't.
Yeah, but if but it needs to keep saying it needs to be reset, doesn't it, afterwards? So, like Peter said, if we went into like the pause scoring bit for 2 seconds,
yeah,
and nothing gets called for move, you'd still want it to move, not loads of times, but still with the normal gradual pace.
Yeah, you'd want it to be. You'd want it to acknowledge that it purposefully stood still for those same ticks, so that the tick counter is increasing.
So that's an argument for not doing it in Ghost, then, isn't it?
Yes, because then whatever the outside of Ghost could just be saying the new time is this, the new time is this, and this could just be saying, oh no, because it still wouldn't work.
Yeah, the time we could tell the ghost doesn't have to be the true time, though, does it? We could lie. So when the game is paused, we just keep telling the ghost the old time.
Yeah, but at some point we're going to have to tell it the new time.
Well, no, we tell it the old time plus the pause time.
So during the pause, we just subtract the.
Yeah, we just keep track of total pause, and we just keep.
Technically, if at the start of the pause we subtract a second off the time, nothing would move anyway, because nothing would reach its move counter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same way, isn't it? Yeah, we just lie to the ghost.
So it would actually move. But then you can't use.
Oh yeah, so that would work if you abstracted it away to being its own thing, because the thing what's keeping track of move time You just wouldn't tell it to update with the new time. You just say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you do start updating with a new time, you're going to have to subtract the difference off every time, or just add deltas on.
Yeah, you just had deltas on, wouldn't you? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You
Although eyes technically do, I can't remember. Did we implement eyes move during pause?
So what I was thinking is, like, you know, within our game state thing, we got this last tick.
Yep.
We just when we update this, we'd hey, I don't know.
We ought to rename that last thing.
I don't know what it's useful. Why is it? Oh, for when things are visible next.
Yeah. It implies it's a number, doesn't it, rather than a date time? But yeah, so the advantage of having something globally, it means we can mock it out in the test as well, doesn't it? And not break any.
Yeah, but so that can just always just say return move all the time. Should move. Yes, yes, yes. For everything. And then when we want to
fighting it's gonna have to return, well, either we break the test or we return every other one is a move.
Yeah. But this test for the frightened, I guess, would use the correct values for.
Yeah. Well, can we like do a prototype now without breaking the existing test? Should we prototype something simple? Because otherwise we're just going to keep debating it, aren't we, I think?
Yeah. So if you just throw something in here, I guess we have to inject something in, which is what's it called? Move timer? Move clock?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can rename it when it becomes apparent what it is.
And I'm thinking like we should probably just have a boolean on there, which is should move. And I don't know what we pass into it yet.
You'd need.
I guess we'd have an overload for ghost.
Need a ghost, whether it's.
Should ghost move.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this needs to be passed in when you create this thing.
Or we pass it in as part of the move method. Is it just going to belong to this one ghost, or is it going to belong?
Wait a minute. Is it even part of this ghost if we just put it in here? It's just bailing out straight away. Is it not the thing that calls this?
Yeah, maybe
because then in here we can just say.
That's better. Yeah, do it there.
Then we can just steal the like. Apply to ghosts. Where's it gone? Move ghost. Apply to ghost or move. So then we could actually just do the var ghost to move. Whatever this is.
Yeah.
So. Should ghost move? Are you passing the ghost name or something?
Just pass the ghost in. We can get the name off the ghost, can't we, if we need it?
We need to know if it's edible and stuff like that, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we'd only move the ghosts.
Yeah.
When we say them, remove them. And then I guess
works,
somewhere in this thing, that needs ghost in it.
Yeah.
I guess this is a bit where I'm a bit confused where things.
Yeah,
match
so
up.
somewhere we need to hold when the ghost moved, don't we? Last moved. So either in
Yeah.
this move clock, we need to have some sort of dictionary of times by ghost, or the ghost needs to hold its own time.
I guess in this should have like no.
Okay, well, let's try that. So we have a dictionary by ghost then.
Should we like last time mood or?
Yeah, it pretty much date time rather than int, doesn't it?
Daytime.
Say for dictionary. What's up with that?
That must be date time. Oops.
Last moves.
Okay. And then
Yep.
do we need some like global?
Need a date time of what the of where we are.
Yeah, so we, I wonder if we need to pass now in as well.
Now.
Well, what I'm thinking is we should probably only update the clock.
Right. Okay. Well, let's do it for these. Okay. No, this is going well, I think. So we now do it for the case when we're not frightened. So let's just code that bit for the moment. So that means we move every. I've lost my piece of paper written on. How many? Every two. When we're not frightened, we move every 200 milliseconds. Do we?
Yeah. Do we want it? I say it was 100 divided by 100. What's maybe time? Is it time span
From seconds. Oh, from
milliseconds? I'm getting no IntelliSense. Is that right?
Okay.
I'm getting 4 each first. Fact.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything either. I think it's just because he thinks everything's an error.
From milliseconds. Is it that?
I don't know why he thinks everything's an error. Oh, because that's a dictionary. Yeah, that was right.
That's right, isn't it? Oh, that's not help. Yeah, that should be move clock. That'll probably help.
Ah, yeah.
Let's be happier now.
We can refactor this. Yeah, what's more brackets? All right. A method, yeah. So that means it's time to move, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it'd return true, but we'd also set.
Need to set the ghost last moves.
would become let. No, that's not a method.
Bracket there.
Yeah, I've got no idea. Right. Yeah.
Here's one of these in there.
Yeah. Mouse down here. Don't need the F, do we? Otherwise, it's full speed. Oh. Right, okay. That's probably the skeleton of it, isn't it? So
the problem with that is the problem with like if we pass in this date time now and we pause for a bit, then we don't want this to keep evaluating as true until we catch up.
Yeah, I was just going to get it working as we've got it now, and then implement frightened task thinking. I mean, pause.
Okay.
Right. Well, this is going to blow up to begin with. So we want to say.
Try again.
Yeah. If not.
That's less than, isn't it? No. That.
So first time in, I guess we say we're not moving.
Oh, yeah. First time in, so they're not going to move on the first tick.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's going to stop them moving on the first tick, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, do we want them to move on the first tick? Because we can do. We just return true from there if we want them to always move on the first tick.
What was it doing before? I can't remember. They kind of.
They will move on the first tick. Yeah, they'll move on the first tick.
Well, I butchered this bit of code, but yeah.
Yeah. Or just return true then, if you want to do that.
Do you mean there?
We'll just do return true from there. Bear in mind, this is just the start of the game, so they're always just going to be in the scatter at this point, aren't they?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, that sorts that. Next question is, what do we want to use for date time not now? Do we want to pass that in and control it outside, or maybe we just leave it like this for the moment because we don't actually know yet, do we?
You need the only thing you need to deal with is that pause, and just anything to do with the pauses. And obviously, when the game resets, like after you lose a life, do we kill this dictionary? If we kill the dictionary, the only thing we have to deal with is the pause.
Well, let's kill the dictionary then. That works for me.
In which case,
the dictionary's not great either, because if we're running concurrently, which it will be doing,
we probably want some sort of safety around this.
if I blow up.
Although the engine, well, yeah, if we get an overlapping timer. Oh no, because you can have you can have a key press and the timer can tick at the same time, can't they? Okay, so the other thing we need to do is delete the code from. So all this code in move can go, can't it?
Yeah, that doesn't need to be there because we're calling it from outside there now.
Yep. So including the stuff we had in there before, we don't need now.
Yeah.
And then actions. That's okay, apart from we've got some sort of weird compile error.
This redness. I think it's rubbish.
No, it wants values.
Value. Yes. You need the dot where still.
Oh, yeah.
What's that for?
That's just been awkward, I bet.
Expected.
Brace. What?
Oh, it's got a dot in the middle of it.
Okay.
Is that why? Yeah. Doesn't really give you very good hints of what's wrong.
Fixed on yours. It's not fixed on mine, but hey. Right. We need to now new up this somewhere, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we can just do it here, can't we, for the moment?
This action is broken somewhere. Oh, no, it's not.
What did you call it? Is it?
It's broken somewhere.
Move clock. It's just called move clock. Good naming. I move clock of move clock.
So if we run the game now, it should work, shouldn't it, from the UI? The Ghost should move the correct speed, I think.
Yeah, super speedy.
What did you do? Did you change the interval though?
Oh, what do we need to change that to?
Oh no, the interval's all right. The interval doesn't matter because we're running on time.
Yeah. Yeah, PacMan will be super speedy, but the Ghost should be at the right speed.
All right.
And then after that, we then got
no.
Way too fast.
Okay, so what did we do wrong? Where's it? At the top of
Is it definitely saved and built and ran the right code?
Yeah.
I'm just a bit surprised that it has no effect whatsoever.
Yeah, again. Nope.
Okay, yeah, it's had no effect whatsoever.
Right.
Same.
Ghost last move plus moving at full speed. Oh, hang on, we've got a 0 there. That should be 100 in percentage to time. Try again.
What?
I've just changed. There was a 0 there. Just swapped it to 100.
Oh, okay.
It'll work much better now. Yeah. So,
You've got a bit of an unfair advantage now, haven't you?
No, I think it's much harder to play, actually, to be fair. You go like super speed PacMan. Oh, actually, how can I? Oh, yeah, so that's the problem there. So now they're catching up. So every time you pause, look how fast the ghosts are.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we need to implement pausing next then, don't
What
we?
we need to do is that's because that dictionary is not getting recreated.
No, it's because we're basing it on date time now everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I meant. If that dictionary got recreated every time you lose a life or the board gets reset, then we don't have to worry about ghost date time now, other than during the pause.
Yeah, so the pause is when we eat them, yeah.
Or we pass a delta in and only pass the delta in during frightened, alive, or
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No.
So you know how we update game state machine. Yep. So like we update the ticks here and just set the last recorded tick in here.
Yep.
I think if we instead of doing that, we can also just do it when we're playing. So when they're in the modes of where we need to be able to move. Oh, is it only here? Yeah. So in this one, I think we can just update the. Wait a minute.
Yeah, but we're not. It'll just update it with a whole second or whatever, won't it?
I think resetting the times when the game resets is fair enough.
No. I think we can do this with not a context bound or whatever that said. So in the instance where you have the last tick, right?
Yeah.
So that's the last tick the game was ticking, even in the pause mode. So when it's paused, it'll still be ticking. And then we'll also have the current time from now. So what are we? So if we take away the current time, tick time, which is context dot. Instance dot. Yep. Event. What's the data now? So that's the difference between when it was and currently, I think. And then we could just add that time to it each time. Oh no, because it still keep track of when the ghost last moved.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
No, I don't think that will work. Because even if you add that on,
Yeah.
we're storing.
I'm not convinced that's not going to give you 0 as well, because I think.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, no, because we're storing the time the ghost last moved in here.
Yeah.
Which is going to be above it still. So it's going to be still as date time now. We'd need to move everything up.
Is it just the pause we're trying to fix? Is that?
No, because
Yes.
the pause, that doesn't happen. Oh, that doesn't happen during the pause. If you leave that there, that's only during scatter, ghost chase, or frightened. So
Yeah.
we won't send that up. We won't send that difference. We won't tell it. We won't send the delta to the move clock unless we're in that state.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yes, yeah. So it would work because you're only sending the deltas of what happened when you can move, and you wouldn't store date time now. Well, you could do and just keep incrementing the amount of time onto that, or you could just store milliseconds or something like a ticking milliseconds. That work?
Block add delta time. So if you send delta time in,
they should all be ints, not date time, right?
no, they can be date time.
I suppose.
Doesn't matter.
I was going.
This is just our own clock, isn't it? Yeah.
Otherwise, there'll have to be time spans.
So
if you send in update time to the move clock with that.
Yeah. But isn't context.instance last tick set to be context.data.now at the top of this method?
Oh, so that gets set before we read it.
Yeah, I think that might always come out as 0.
Oh no, that'll get set before we read it. Yes, you might be right.
Why don't we do last tick and previous tick?
Why not set it there? Oh no, because we only want to do it on some actions, don't we?
Yeah.
When join any when tick.
Why don't we just move current now into previous? So where we set that, when we do.
Do we have a state then when we're in pause? What? That's in Ghost Eaton, is it?
Yeah.
Which isn't in there. Eating Ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. We could do it where we enter that state. So when we enter that, well, when we're entering one of them 3 states.
Can we not in this action? Can we not store? So when we do a tick and we record the last tick, can we not
switch out the other one?
Can we not have a previous one, or store the tick delta there? So instead of storing last tick, store delta. Well, stored last tick, but store delta tick as well.
But we only want to do that when we're not in pause.
No, it doesn't matter if we store delta because we only pass the delta when they're not in pause. So in game state there.
Oh yeah. So you add the game state. Yeah. So this one ends up with the game state dot.
delta equals now minus last tick.
You write it somewhere. How you write it in here?
If you put it in there,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you pass the delta in the actions.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when we actually,
So where you put that in there, pass the delta in instead.
Yeah.
so we just do actions dot update move clock
Yeah.
or something. Context dot instance.
We're gonna have fun getting the test to pass after this.
And then this has instance dot. And this needs to do, what do you call it?
Up, can't remember where is it? It's the ghost.
Oh, it's because it's another it's interface.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, update time. Of course, yeah.
Probably didn't. I was going to delete this interface. You don't need it now. Bye.
It's gone. Oh, you've taken it out completely.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Update time.
Pass the instance delta.
So that should just update that. Yeah.
That will only update when we're not in pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we run it and see what it looks like?
Yeah.
You need to die. See if they leg it or whether they.
No. Yes, that's working now.
So I need that power pill above that one. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they moving every other move?
They're changing speed, aren't they? I think.
I don't think they are they? They must be doing something because otherwise it would be.
I'm trying to get the last power pill. It's quite hard.
We could hack some similar code in for PacMan quite easily.
Are they moving at the same speed? I think they're moving at the same speed, aren't they? They don't look any different speed.
No.
No, they're at the same speed, to be fair.
Ghost.edible, moving at frying speed, moving at full speed. Where do we get frying speed and full speed from? Oh, percentage of time.
Have I messed it up?
No, that doesn't. Oh, yeah, you have messed it up. Right again. You'd added frightened to both of them.
Ah, right, yeah.
So it was actually getting, it'll have been getting well behind because you'd have keep adding frightened to it when it's moving full speed. Although they're still moving at the same speed, aren't they?
Why is that why is that one changed from unfrightened?
Oh, no. I think they're changing speed.
Yeah, they are changing speed.
Yeah, that's working. So if we put a fix in for PacMan, then it means the game's as it was, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just doesn't test.
Yeah, and then we can fix the tests, but at least the game's still working.
I think fixing the test though would be pretty easy because you just mock out the should I move, and you just say yes all the time.
You should mock out the interface you've just deleted. Yeah.
You need a better name anyway.
Sharp, I'll just create one now.
Yeah. Should we do PacMan quickly, and then we can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to be the same idea, isn't it?
It's going to be the same thing in action, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got to move PacMan method in
Different,
action.
you lose different speed during frightened as well.
This is a bit different though. Oh no, it's just
No, we
because
just bail out, don't we? We do exactly the same.
Yeah.
We say if PacMan should move, well, if PacMan shouldn't move, return.
Come back.
in here,
Yeah.
So if move should PacMan move. What do we pass in? Nothing.
Nothing for this. So just negate it and then return, I think.
We need to know.
Well, we need to know level and stuff later down the line, but I guess for the moment.
Yeah.
We need to know whether we're in frightened.
Why
We
do
don't for
check
now,
if-
do we? Because we don't check that at the moment.
We don't
Just
check
to get like the minimum working.
the minimum working. Okay. So moving at full speed, percentage to time, 100 will do, won't it?
Yeah.
So it should return back 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you copy it.
Oh, they were a little bit far. Yeah, they felt a little bit fast at first. That's because we're running at 100. That would make sense. So it'll be slightly faster than it was before.
So we need to hold PacMan's last time somewhere as well, don't we?
Why don't you just shove it in the ghost last move and just call it last moves and pass in the constant PacMan?
do.
Depends what I call the ghost, though.
That'd be messy though, isn't it?
Just create another variable.
Yeah. It's only a
and-
daytime, isn't it? So
Oh, yeah, daytime.
yeah, daytime.
PacMan.
PacMan last moves. It's doing the good old jump up and down. I'll do.
Yeah.
It doesn't always return
Oh yeah,
false.
and of course.
Yeah. Is it?
But the last move needs to be set to the current one.
Just do
Before
that. Yeah. Well, we could just say if it's min.datetime.min, then set it to.
the same as the ghost.
Yeah, I think so.
Allocate and return true.
What's the
Internal clock.
So
In capitals.
I'm going to rename that now. Yeah, you rename it.
Oh no, it's just yeah.
Oh, you done it?
Oh no, I haven't renamed it. I just fixed the code.
Okay, I'll quickly just rename it. I don't know why it wasn't even coming up. But yes, that should work.
Okay,
Yeah.
run.
Run it and see what happens.
I thought you'd just run the test then and say, did the test work?
Something's a bit weird because why doesn't
We've got a non-flashing ghost again. Oh no, that might be.
no, but some of the ghosts don't transition. Right. Let me just run it again. So when you eat a power pill, sometimes the ghost doesn't transition into frightened now.
Sure, it's not one that's on its way home.
No, it's not. So Oh, there you go. They come back to life before the other ones.
No, it's when he leaves the ghost house. He's going into frightened in the ghost house, and when he comes out, he's transitioned.
Transitioning, yeah.
Oh, to a different status. Yeah.
We just haven't covered that one yet, have we? But it's the time. The speed's working okay, though, isn't it?
Yeah, speed's working fine. I thought that
So
was
the
like a
next thing's to fix the test, then, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's fairly simple. If we
Interface that.
Yeah.
pull an interface out of it, extract interface. Oh, amazing. And then we just inject that all the way down. I'm guessing we put it onto game settings like everything else.
Yeah.
Game settings. Do we still want to call it the same thing? I move clock.
Yeah, for now.
And throw out the implementation. Actually, when this is actually gets created, we could fill it in. No, we can't, because the clock comes from somewhere else. We could fill it in with a ghost anyway, if we wanted to, so you don't have to add each ghost each time.
You still want it, well, depends if you want to set. If you want them to move on the first tick, I suppose you just fill it in with a very old time.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then they'd be in that tick catch up again. Fill it in with old time.
But you can fit it in with datetime.max value then. Right? Yeah, because then you've always. I know you want to be.
Then
It's the other way around, isn't it?
if you fill them in with datetime min, then they would naturally move every tick.
Yeah, so actually we don't actually need that check on PacMan then, do we, for the initial value?
Why? Because he's going to move anyway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We do in move clock because we want to control his speed, because otherwise he'll be at the year 1 and then he'll move and he'll be at 100 milliseconds past the year 1 and he'll not catch up with, he'll move every tick until he's caught up with today.
No, but we.
Or do you mean for testing purpose?
No, I just made it work because PacMan last move defaults to datetime.min value anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. It's going to be adding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's delta.
Yeah.
They'll never catch up.
Yeah. It's only going to add the delta. Yeah.
Well, eventually.
Yeah. It'll take a while.
Uh, 250 years.
You're just busy plumbing it all in.
Yeah, we already have game settings, don't we? Actually, yeah, that makes it good. Get rid of that one. And this becomes move clock. Yep.
It's not going to quite work.
Why?
I reckon you're going to have 26 failing tests.
26.
That's my guess.
Very precise there.
Let's test. There we go. Eight failing tests.
So the reason is we're not going half speed when we're frightened in the test move clock.
Ah, yeah.
Move clock needs to just have a Boolean swapper, doesn't it?
Yeah, then I think we'd be down to 4 failing tests. Because it'd be 50-50 whether... Oh, no, I suppose... Yeah, as long as we initialize it the right way around, yeah, that should work, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So every...
Oh no, we need to take like all the ghosts. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, no, that doesn't matter because it's just...
Yeah, because we only changed that on update time.
Yeah, that's what we do. And there may be 1 or 2 tests that fail because of the pause stuff, but we can fix them.
No, but if there's 2 ghosts,
That's fine because they should...
both frightened.
Yeah, that's fine because
It's just we just want a counter. All we're going to do is we just have a counter here. So this won't be a Boolean. It's become a counter.
I feel like the test should be refactored, not to like have this as implementation though. Seems a bit wrong.
Not ghost.edible or mod 2 equals 1 probably.
that's the same as doing Boolean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all passed.
We'll pass.
Set, commit, ship it. Excellent. That actually works pretty well though, I think, what we've got so far.
How does that possibly pass?
Because
Why?
So we have no tests where...
The only bit of code that we took out is at the start of thingy where it says if edible and counter mod 2 equals 1.
Just we're now not updating the tick count. Oh yeah, okay. It's because it's because we don't use time in our tests at all, do we? Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I was going to say because update time never gets called during a pause. So if we had a ghost, then you'd expect that counter to be wrong. But of course we don't tick during a pause anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's lucky. Yeah. Okay.
There's still the. Oh yeah. Because you passed it. I was thinking we're still adding that time on those, but we haven't. We've totally taken that out with that.
Yeah.
Let's move clock. So it's a little bit fast now, but you're playing on about level 5 speed.
Yeah, it is faster.
But now we're in a good position where we can start putting all those sort of stuff in, aren't we?
Yeah. I think that's a nice model for it.
I was going to say, if you're going to commit, it might be worth just changing it back to level 1 speed, which is 80 and 50 or 80 and 40, is it? 80 and 40, which will feel a bit more comfortable.
What are we doing? Changing
the game clock, the move clock, the 80 and...
Why can't I find move clock?
It's in Ghost.
Oh yeah, it doesn't search classes, does it?
Should we take them out?
So which one? What's this one supposed to be?
80, 40, and right, PacMan. Go speed. No, 75 is the one. Yeah, 75 for that one.
Yeah.
40 for the 50 for the frightened speed, and 80. No, 90 reckons. No, 80 for PacMan speed. That will feel more comfortable. He does go to 90 during frightened speed, but that doesn't matter. Well, that would be fairly easy to implement.
Yeah.
So,
gambling there.
Cool. Should we commit that? I think that's worth committing.
Yeah.
Because at least we got all the tests passing
Yes, and the game's still playable.
and the game's still playable, yeah.
That wasn't that bad, was it?
I think it's, yeah, I think once we got like something down, I think it was a bit easier, but trying to like kind of think of it in your head is quite hard.
Yeah.
But I think these can be refactored up quite easily because it's
just to get something working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to work out how we're going to test it all, aren't we? Are we going to test it all at the game level, or are we going to test this component? Some of the tests we're going to have to put into quite high levels and things, which we obviously can do, but
I'm guessing, I think some stuff we still test at the game level because it's based on levels, isn't it? Well, I suppose this could pass in the level and
well,
stuff
we're going to
like
have to pass the level in anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that could work out.
This either needs the level passed in, or you pass in the percentages.
I think this should work out percentages because I think this should be literally
We should pass the level
all the way.
Yeah.
In which case, do we test it at the game level, or do we just test this to make sure that it's passing different values back?
It might be safer just to test this because there's always a bit of a danger testing at the game level that you've got everything set up right and everything, isn't it? Whilst
nothing in the game relies on this except, well, even if it goes to frighten, we can actually just tell it's frighten, can't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, we could just test. There's nothing like dependent on actual.
And we can mock. We can
playing the game.
Yeah, I was going to say we could mock one of these and pass it in and have PacMan move, eat a pill, and check that the ghost moves or PacMan moves at a given time. And then you can.
No, I think it does testing it to here would be fine.
Yeah.
I think because we can pass in the ghost how we want it to look at that time. We can play around with the clock because that knows that work. The only thing what we don't test really is that things like we update the time.
Yeah.
Oh no, we do because we have one test, which is the PacMan should be slower. That would have actually fail.
The PacMan should be slower.
We've got one that nobody moves during a pause. Is that the one you mean?
Yeah, no, the one which is like the ghost.
Test it, does it? We've got the test that ghosts go slower when they're frightened.
Yeah, that one.
But that doesn't prove that we're not calling update time everywhere.
No. The only way we could do it is mock. I'm going to say mock that, and then call it at whatever we mock it to. So if we mock it at 100 milliseconds, call it at 99, 100, and.
I mean, we could have an explicit test that it's just during pause the mock clock isn't called. If that's the only thing we want to check. I never really like that type of test, but
yeah, I think it's a bit pointless because you're just testing. You just call something, even though you just know you just called something.
Yeah, it's like you're doing it for the sake of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not testing like the behavior of it.
No,
like you expect something. This is very internal, isn't it? You don't really. Yeah, I think maybe just test it from here.
If you test it in the game, you test it. If we're setting known values for the move time and the frighten time, and we've got the known pause, can we not eat a ghost and then meanwhile check another ghost at 1 millisecond before when we're expecting it to move, and then a millisecond after we're expecting it to move, and seeing if it moved, because that would demonstrate that we're doing an update time at the right, or that we're skipping an update time. Because if we didn't skip an update time, the ghost will have moved prior to when we expect it to.
We would have to check the real implementation rather than the mocked one, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Then we're actually checking this implementation and that the game actually uses it correctly. So what we do, 2 ghosts, eat one of them, and then check the behavior of the second one.
Yeah. I just feel like there should be something over it will actually test that these things are coupled together, even if we actually just testing the pure logic of each function. Because then we know. I know we know it works, but we only know it works because we just ran it.
We could extend the test mock clock, so we hold a counter for each ghost and each PacMan, like we do in the real one, and we just increment them by 1 when we call update clock, and we only return. That doesn't work, does it? That's more complicated. I was going to say we only return true to move if actually the clock's been incremented since last time. If that makes sense.
Well, we do that in the actual test one mode, don't we? Because we just count it.
Yeah, it's just here we don't. Yeah. It's here we're just always returning true, regardless of whether it's been ticking for the last 5 minutes or not.
Oh, so we should only move if there's a tick.
If the counter's increased since last time move was asked for PacMan, for example. And that way, if the pause code wasn't working correctly, you'd end up.
Yeah, but I feel like this whole thing, this test move one, should just return true for both of them, unless we want to poke it with other things.
Okay.
Yeah, although if we rely on that ghost move, then it would still happen if that counter got increased twice for some reason.
Like we don't have any tests saying this update time doesn't get called if we're not supposed to be moving.
Yeah.
No. So we can test in-game mode though.
That's the only thing we need to test though, isn't it? Is that update time is done at the correct times.
Is that it's calling it generally and not calling it when it's paused.
Yeah.
So assuming we can write tests for that, which we obviously can one way or another, then it means we can test this as a component.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is probably a good idea too, because it's quite detailed bits of logic.
Yeah.
Well, so test the 2 separately. Test the updates being called, and then test the component as a component.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means if we want to implement, what's a good one? Actually, PacMan Python speed would be a good one, or PacMan speed, changing on that level.
Yeah.
We do one of those? Yeah. We're going for PacMan speed? That looks quite straightforward, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Do I need to create a file?
Yeah.
Where's my test? What do we call it?
Okay.
Just gonna call it move.
Move clock.
Move clock. Is that what I called it? Where's my thing gone?
There. Yeah. Game test. Go further down. Did you want that in game tests? Right.
In-game tests.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Let's just copy some other thing.
Actually, it'd be quite different, I think. Yeah.
I'll just copy the namespace and everything. Okay.
Yeah. So I think our first test is PacMan should travel. Yeah, PacMan speed is 80% for level 0, isn't it? It's the first test. I assume that's percentages returning there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's percentage.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
this will be some interesting maths. Once we've got the first one of these tests right, we'll be fine. But, right. So what we say is yeah, so that's going to return true and set the time. So then we want to set it to less than.
So with that, oh wait a minute, that's the delta time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, so I mean that's our.
Well, that's going to be
0 in there. We can put times 0, can't we?
Yeah. So yeah, so PacMan will move first time.
Yeah. And then if we
want to wait, yeah, to an amount that's less than 80%.
Which was we can put the calculation in there, aren't we?
You're not really meant to do that.
100 divided by 0.8, wasn't it? 125. Yeah, 125 is the exact point we're doing.
100 divided by the percentage divided by 100. Is that because 100?
Yeah, so 80 divided by 100.8, so 100 divided by 0.8. That'll give us, which is 125.
So this needs to be
from milliseconds, yeah.
124.
It should still return false, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then
update time by.
We could have a for loop from 1 to 124.
By 2 milliseconds, 1 millisecond.
1. Good to delta.
1, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Does it do it at?
So then that should be true. Be false. No, be true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then be false.
Yeah, I was wondering we could have a loop, couldn't we? Right, it's like
Yeah, probably all the way up to the value.
Yeah. And then this whole thing could also, when we get to the second test, be extracted out into a method called expected frequency or something.
Move clock to be true but found false. Huh? Should that pass now?
Is it?
Yeah, I think
no,
it's
is it
less than. I
25?
think it's less.
Do you need to tick twice?
0 add 125 is less than 125. No, it doesn't happen until it's.
Oh, wait a minute. It's because it should be false. No.
Yeah, it's that first one. I don't think it's happened yet. I think it happens once it's past 125, because there's on line 69 of Ghost. Curse there. We're doing.
Yeah.
Just do it 2 milliseconds.
I've just upped that to 125.
Ah,
That returned true both times. Oh
No,
yeah,
it
we
was
do.
true.
Yes, because we've gone past it. Yeah.
Expected true
Oh, no.
but found false. Expected true.
found
but
false.
found
No,
false.
no, is
Yeah,
it?
it's this
Oh.
one. It's this one. It's not even getting to that one.
No, that's confusing, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's not even getting to that one.
Right, it's PacMan definitely. PacMan is at 80.
Have we got our maths wrong?
100 divided by 0.8. 100 divided by 0.8 is 125. So we take PacMan's last move. So internal clock will be at 0, or as good as. So PacMan will be at 0 after the first move. Then we add 125. And PacMan plus 100. Okay, do something a little bit wilder. Do 80 and another 100 or something. Just see whether that works. So
Well, it's getting past this one. So
Why is that? Why is it getting past line 16? If not, okay, yes. If not, PacMan should move.
yeah, so that's dropping through there and going through.
The second one's wrong though, isn't it? Because that isn't. This one is if PacMan does move, we've got a problem. Not if he doesn't move. So line 22 is wrong.
If
he does move, that's wrong.
Does move.
he moves.
Oh yeah. So he does. If he does move, it's wrong. But then that's still. Oh right, so he is moving according to that. Then.
And that's why the next one's then not moving.
80 is not enough to move him again.
Yeah.
So
this
yeah.
With 80 and 80, that should.
Yeah, so he's moving here still at 80.
Is he?
Why is he moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, line 27. Is that line 27? No, line 27's.
Oh, it's this one. What?
I'll crash out on that because there's no check.
No, it must be this one. It's that exception. PacMan should not have moved. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just.
Why is that?
Just got the line numbers completely wrong.
Is it building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check.
Yeah, it must be because it's a different message, isn't it? It's just 27. It can't have failed at 27.
It still says 27.
Should PacMan move? PacMan should always move on the first move. So on the first move, we're setting it to internal clock,
Which is 0.
which is 0. And then we're moving the internal clock 80. It can't. That's 0 plus 120 is less than 80, which it isn't. PacMan last moved.
Which mean we must be missing something obvious here.
Yeah, because it was clearly working when we ran it.
Is it because we're initializing it with 0?
It shouldn't make any difference, should it?
Because the internal clock will be exactly the same. So we're initializing it with internal clock. Internal clock will be daytime min value. PacMan will be daytime min value.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And they'll return true. And then the next time around,
It's going to return internal clock. Isn't internal clock not getting updated? Second time round, PacMan last move would still be datetime.min value. Yeah, it's because we're initializing it with 0.
yes.
It's not getting it. It's always evaluating line true on line 63.
Oh, of course it is.
Well, internal clock has been updated at this point. Then. Oh, okay, 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
It wants to be anything other than 0. It can be 1 millisecond. That'd be fine. It can be anything, kind of, doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Could even be now.
oh yeah, that's such true. Yeah. Well, it's a time span, so you can't be now.
Okay, that's one minute, whatever.
Yeah. Right, that should work now, and then we can tighten it back down to
what is
either 124 and 1 or 125 and 1.
Yeah, that makes more sense. 124. Let's try that. And 1.
And 1. Yeah. I think it'll fail. So I think they need to be less than or equal to. Yeah. So either make that. He should really move. If we're targeting it for 125, he should move at 125. Yeah.
So do you want to have it as that?
It's the left hand that should change, isn't it? Should we move them on the ghost as well whilst we're at it? Because we know they're going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that then.
Yeah, it's going to work in it. Yeah, but it should also return false in the second one round as well. Because that time's already elapsed. Oh, should it actually?
Yeah, because the time is
because we reset the timer. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So should we have a loop for setting all the values from 1 to under 24?
I suppose it proves all the way up to that.
Yeah. So we just have what's the chance of me actually being able to do a for loop? No.
For tab. I can try tab it for you and you can fill it in.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, you try the tab.
Nope.
Anybody got a clue how to write a for loop?
It comes up. Let me try click on it. Nope. It's just teasing me.
I equals 0 bracket. It's the card next, isn't it?
Yeah.
That'll be
less than 124 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then wrap that up in 1 millisecond.
Yeah, so that shouldn't make any difference.
That's not going to work. You need the from the seconds to 1.
Oh yes, that's true.
And then we should be able to put a loop around this whole thing, shouldn't we? And then say,
Twice, 3 times.
I don't know what to call the outer loop. We'll go with J.
Go for J is less than 3 as well.
No, B format. Oh, sorry, I mistyped it. Okay, that one.
Screen gun. Yeah.
And then when we do the next test, we can refactor that whole bit out as being PacMan moves at a frequency of 125 or whatever.
Yeah, to pull this number out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
So the next test is on a level. Oh yeah, the next one's a bit more interesting because we've got to inject level. In fact, we could have a theory, couldn't we? Actually, you pass in the level.
I was thinking, like, does these iterations, shall we test one at a time, or do we just want to test all 3? Because the assertions are here, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're actually in the loop. When I expect them to be outside the loop.
You
I don't mind. I'd argue it's sort of a frequency, so it's like a frequency graph you're drawing, isn't it? And you're just checking it repeats. But
you could count the trues and count the falses, and at the end we should have 3 of each. And then your asserts are at the end.
Well, you could make the asserts be at the end by just changing the assertion scope. So you could bound them all, but you won't fail at the first one.
which is actually what you would want in this case, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's fine. Let's continue that.
Okay, so are we gonna? Well, we can even change this into a theory or have a second fact for level 2, can't we? Or level 4.
I think we could just put it into a theory. Makes sense. And then we can plumb in how many seconds we want it to move and the level.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Yeah. Level 2 is 80 again. Oh no, hang on.
No, level 2 is 100 according to that formula.
It is. That sounds really weird though. I'm going to check that again. Speed. Where is it? Dossier. Right, I will find it. No, that's codes. My code's wrong.
Okay.
Let me get there. 84 to PacMan speed. Four to 19 should be 100. I think it's because of the PacMan writing speed. I've obviously cut and pasted it.
Oh yeah, yes.
A bit cut and pasting. 4 to 90. 4 to 19 should be 100%. 1 to 3 should be 90%. So on the second level, he should be 90. My level code starts at 1. If I can give you them at, sorry, my levels start at 0, but I can give you them at 1. Not a problem. I assume you want to test it and it failed before plumbing it in.
Yep.
I'll correct it in my notes as well.
Okay. So is level 1 still 80%?
Level 1's 80, yeah.
That's fine. And then level 2 is?
Level 2 is 90%. That's better. Right around.
So this is 100 divided by 90. So that's 11.
Let me plumb some in. Do you want me to put the other levels in? How are you doing them?
I don't know if I got my maths right there. I made it.
Okay, I'll get the, let's get the speed. What did I say it was? 100 divided by 0.9.
Yeah.
That's 111.111111.
1.
What about 112 then? If it's
yeah, it's a bit nasty, isn't it?
Oh, that'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
that'd be 112.
And then at level 5, it should be at 100. Which is 100, which is fine. And level 20, it should be back to 90, so which is the 112 again. That's got to be can you put an equation in for that constant?
No. Well, we could make it so it's a data comes from the actual class itself instead, which you could.
If it comes from the class itself, that's not testing that it's changing, is it, I suppose?
No, I mean, we can plumb these.
We know a
in, so
data-driven
these-
sort of test thing, can't we? Which returns all the levels from 1 to 125.
Yeah.
Or 256 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that 112, whether that gives us a problem.
We'll find out in a second.
We can round it. It would be 111 if we rounded it. It's going to be 111.
It's going to be 111, but we change it 112 or 111.
111. Because we'll round it. We'll calculate.
We'll round it down, won't we?
Yeah, we'll just round it. So we'll calculate it to 111.11, which would be rounded into the number of milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
Which we want,
okay.
Hopefully. Okay. All going well. That's it then. Yeah.
So they shall fail.
So we should
First one might pass.
We should get 3 fails.
Yeah, I got 3 fails.
Good.
So we just plumb these. Do we just need a map for these to a level?
Yeah, there's one in the I'll just pull it there. That is the map. I've lost where we are. Where are we? In Ghost, aren't we? Ghost. Let's Ghost gone. Should PacMan move?
Oh, is that formula? Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from that's on level 1, so that's 1, 5 to 20, 5 to 20, and the last one came with clock testing it. So the other one should be 21. I'll change that in the test. Yeah, so just needs tidying up.
1 second, I was going to put it into method. Ta-da. Still have 2 failing tests.
Yeah, because that time spans.
The 1111. Does that need to be?
Yeah, it's because that time span on 84 is floating. So it's whether we do that. Fix that.
Yeah, just truncate that enough. We have 1.
Level 20.
Moved early after 99 milliseconds.
Yeah, we're on 20, 20, 20, 20. 20, where is it? It's in the move clock test, isn't it?
Level 20. You just changed that to 21.
I changed that to 21.
Oh, is that why? The test's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I feel like it is expanding that test though. Well,
Yeah.
fine. Let's commit it.
So
Right.
copy and paste will give you the ghost.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or PacMan frightened.
We continuing? Or are we leaving that for another day? Or
Should we just do PacMan frightened? That's, and then call it a day.
Yep, sure.
In just thinking about that in theory, we're
How
going
do we
to.
know he's frightened?
Exactly. That's what would be more interesting. So that's game state, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think this is just. I think frightened's just mapped straight to.
To alive, is it?
Status. Frightened is just straight alive.
Technically, if there's an edible ghost,
Well, we've got access to game state dot status from where we are, don't we? Because we're just in actions.
Yeah. So we can actually just check the actual the real status.
Yeah.
So what do we have on here? So
It's
should
just
we
game
have to-
state, isn't it? Yeah.
Status.
Yep.
Can you do that? Name. That's it. And then on here, we can just have a.
Yeah.
It's frightened on it.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So we just copy this whole test then, don't we?
Yeah. Pretty much. What was the other one called? Test. Oh, I think it was test settings. There's a problem here on it.
Hey, what speed say? Speeds.
Oh, we've got the wrong test name.
95, 100, 90, 95. One. Five. Is that it?
Right, yep, I think so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Save everything. Are you sure? Oh, we've got lots of errors. There's no algorithm.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, we've changed.
I've only done it in a couple of places, yeah.
Yeah, so I got 3 failing.
That's good.
To expect.
Why is one of them? Oh, level
the first
5, he
one's-
goes the same speed, if he's frightened or not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why one of them passed. Or hopefully it's that one that passed.
Do you want to copy that to two to get frightened percentage and get normal percentage, or do you want to do the frightened inside there in an if?
I would probably have 2 methods.
2 methods.
I think it was
Yeah.
me, yeah.
So then 90, 95, and 100.
Yeah, there should be a switch expression, but yes.
Probably want to rename that as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just percentage.
That's time.
There's time there.
Oh yeah, sorry, yep.
There's time.
Time to move, really. But yeah, okay.
Oh well. It's
that you need it down there as well.
yeah.
Oh, forgot. Did you read any things?
Yeah.
It's minimum time, isn't it? That's really what it is.
Oh, we broke everything.
100.
Oh wait, it's wrong way around. If it's frightened, get the frightened time. That's not the other one.
I moved at 104. That seems a bit early.
Well, I think it's because Theo is on the wrong side. There you go.
Yeah. Ah, that's right. I was expecting to do 105. That was all.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I think we've come up with a reasonable solution in the end.
Does it work?
Does it still work? I could test that.
What you need is a level skip. So you can skip a level.
Yeah, did you notice that one that guy did? He did
had
that.
a cheats mode, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's how he tested it.
I've done that. Level skip and invincible.
Oh, you got to complete the level, haven't you now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That all works. Just grab that. I'll move all the files as well. It's thing. I'll push them up to in the right files. Cool. I think we should stop there then.
Yeah, because ghost speed's going to be straightforward. Cruise Alroy speed should be straightforward as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just ghost name and pills left, I guess. Ghost fright and speed's easy.
Fright speed's easy.
Ghost tunnel speed.
Yeah, that would be a bit trickier to do.
Which bit's the ghost tunnel? Is that the portal bit? Or
the portal, but the running up to the portal is technically the tunnel.
That goes faster.
It goes slower. It crawls through the tunnel.
So if we mark it on the map as being the tunnel,
yeah,
and then we just say if it's on
the tunnel, yeah,
then apply that. And does that override frightened?
I think that overrides everything.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I haven't checked that. It's difficult to say because frightened and tunnel speed is relatively close.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get all those speeds done next time anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
And then there's not a lot. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, there's still the PacMan to animate and stuff when he's dying and things.
Yeah. And the keyboard on the Blazor version, isn't there?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Right, that's good.
Cool. Well, catch you Friday, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I'll see you then. Right.
Bye.
Okay, bye all.